You get an ice cube?
Yeah, nice little one. Gives me a little cool in the back of my throat.
You know they don't have ice cubes in Europe?
Well, I mean, they do.
They do, but they discourage it.
You have to ask for them.
If you're staying with people, then you want ice in your drink, they're like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's why I guys don't stay at a hotel.
That's why you got to bring a bag of ice everywhere you go.
Freeload like a Dutch backpacker everywhere.
Rick
your
Steves with his bong hits.
Yeah, your lukewarm Diet Cokes or Coca-Colas everywhere.
Why are you drinking warm soda?
I don't, it doesn't make sense to me.
What's the problem? It has something to do with digestion?
I don't know. I think they just don't care. Because soda's like...
Because they experienced World War II and they're like, we've been through such hardships, we don't deserve ice.
No, I think what they think is, go fuck yourself, because we drink wine and beer here. We're not children drinking our little Coca-Colas with our double bacon cheeseburgers and French fries. We're Europe.
Can you imagine back in the day and drinking warm beer when you had beer? Like, because it wasn't...
I mean, I've done it.
It wasn't all refrigerated back then, in the Dungeons and Dragons days.
No, but I mean, it was either that or you're drinking like swamp water. So
that's my historical period is Dungeons and Dragons days.
Well, you got to think about what your options were.
You're saying there's...
Beer, you're not drinking water, because that's like all just sewage.
That's just ass water.
Like nobody's drinking water. Children are drinking 6 liters of beer a day.
They get beer bottles. Like little baby bottles.
No, they get those little, you said like they'd fill up the bucket. You'd go, when you left the place, you'd fill that bucket up your home beer.
If your dad is like an Irish alcoholic.
No, everybody.
You ever read Angela's Ashes?
You know what's interesting? I sat next to that guy on the plane once.
Frank McCourt?
Yes. On the way to New York, and I can't remember where we were coming from.
Drank like a fish.
No,
I'm sure he's sober.
But I was like, hi, how are you? And he was very nice. And he talked the whole time.
Oh, God.
And then, like, the next day, I turned on my television in New York, and it was like Book Notes or something was on, or like Manhattan, some local New York thing was on. And I was like, oh, it's that guy who wouldn't shut up on the whole plane. All I wanted to do was do my little Sudoku and listen to my shit. And he was like, just like drone. It sounded like bagpipe drones. I know that's Scottish
like your Irish
or whatever.
Gibberish. I would love it if there were like local book shows on in LA.
I'm sure there are.
I mean, I don't see local television anymore. I remember we used to watch local television one time in my life, and it was when I went to NYU, and we'd have these rec rooms with like the foosball and the ping pong.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'd have the local TV on, but it would be showing like porn.
Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
Because it was
Robin Bird.
Robin Bird
had her show, and then also
what a crusty broad she was. She'd been through the ringer.
Oh, she went through more than the ringer.
What else? What are you referring to?
Al, what the hell was his name? He also had a show on who was like the founder of like Hustler magazine or not the guy in the wheelchair, not Larry Flint. It was like the trashier Al Goldstein.
It was OUI.
I think it was Hustler. Yeah, like I think it was like Hustler. It was the one that would show like penetration in the magazine, not just like.
Oh, you're thinking of Penetration magazine,
Playboy Penetration Monthly. Yes, that was a different one. That was for people who only had sex once a month, like how to make it worthwhile. Yeah, like Playboy was like maybe you saw a little bit of pubes, maybe, and then Hustler or Penthouse, definite pubes. You're seeing nothing, but you're seeing it's like
there's
a carpet
pubes
catalog.
In the magazine.
That's it, right?
You open the magazine, some pubes fall onto your lap.
But then Hustler was like that was only sold like in regional, in not in the city. It was like a truck stops like a trucker magazine, like because it
had the plastic wrap on it with the colored band blocking the nudity.
That was like the equivalent of like a porno magazine. The cover
just had like a butthole on it.
Or you'd see eyes up here, or you'd see eyes down at the bottom, and then the band, and then a butthole up at the top, or some kind of crack you didn't know if it was arm.
Quite an arrangement.
Yeah,
I remember
Al Goldstein was, or maybe no. Al Goldstein was the publisher of Screw magazine. Forgive my language. He sold a VHS tape on his show on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, politely titled "How to Eat Pussy the Professional Way," and this guy was like disgusting.
And I would hear that note a lot from the ladies when I would be eating them out. They'd be like, "Can you just be a little bit more professional?"
Yeah, this is like amateur hour down there. He was disgusting. He was fat and disgusting. He always smoked like the biggest cigars. He was the grossest human being, and he starred in the video because he would show clips not the super graphic ones. No, he didn't show the clips. Let's see some of my greatest. Let's roll those clips.
Let's roll those clips.
He was always plugging the magazine and the VHS. But also he was like somewhat, I think he ran for mayor of New York City he was one of those guys. Like just always in the mix of a little bit of everything, but he was disgusting, but then also still was, had civic minded of the place he lived, and he believed in freedom.
He was a good citizen.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't matter what he sold at a store. But I think he also really leaned into being as disgusting as possible.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
He wasn't like, should I have a salad? No.
Oh, no.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, he and Robin Bird were like the after 11 o'clock. And Robin Bird, if you don't know, just had strippers on her Manhattan Neighborhood Network channel. And she'd have a lady stripper, and then she'd have a gay guy stripper. So not a Chippendales for the ladies guy stripper. Like these were always like, and he's going to be at the Throbbing Cock on Wednesday. Isn't that right, Darren? Yes. Thank you, Robin. And then at the end, and they would all be half dressed on the show. They were always just like sitting on a couch kind of. Robin would always have like her boobs hanging out and almost dressed, but not really at all.
Wasn't there like a coffee table in front of them and just had a bunch of dildos on it?
Yes. And then sometimes they'd pick them up and just like casually holding them while they're talking about it. It wasn't like, but it was to promote the people's appearances at the strip clubs. And then at the end, she would lip sync Baby Let Me Bang Your Box, which was an old song about, like one of those old risque blues songs that was about fucking, of course, but about playing the piano. Mm-hmm. And then all the strippers would dance around her, but she would usually be so busy laughing that she would only lip sync about a third of the lyrics.
She was having too much fun.
I mean, there's and you have to imagine pounds of cocaine. I mean, you can't look at Robin Bird and think
that local TV market.
Oh my God,
she must have been making the money some other place.
I mean, I don't know how. It was a free show, because Manhattan Neighborhood Network. I used to tape it for hours and hours and send it to my brother because he's like, "What?" As I
Your brother's staring at the mailbox in the
Mark
middle of nowhere.
Birnbaum, super ragtime pianist, who was a ragtime pianist guy, and then clearly at some point became a Satanist and lost his mind, but still was making Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Like they would show clips.
You love this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was the best television ever. Now they got, what is this, 1892 or whatever, those Yellowstone shows, all that bullshit. This guy, you would see his ragtime performance on the Joe Franklin show. He was on all the
Yellowstone. Time. Yellowstone is no Robin Bird. Kevin Costner.
No, it's not.
Kevin Costner is no Robin Bird.
He wishes. He would. They'd have that. Mark Birnbaum And he all his shots then were like after his shot on Joe Franklin, which was from years earlier, like a young guy, I'm going to make it in New York. And then it would just cut back to him like a Goulardi type shot, that close of his face, just smoking cigarillos and going, Mark Birnbaum, super ragtime piano. And then they would shut to like...
In Chicagoland, we had Svengoolie. Now, Svengoolie is like national now. Like everyone knows about him.
Well, he was Cleveland.
Was it? No, he was Chicago.
Cleveland, baby.
I disagree.
Oh, no. Svengoolie. Oh, I'm thinking of Goulardi.
No, Svengoolie would show on WFLD, which was Channel 32. He would show horror movies.
Yeah.
And one time he showed Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I may have brought this up already on the podcast, but he showed Creature from the Black Lagoon. You had to go to 7-Eleven to get 3D glasses. We all got 3D glasses, and then we all got together at one person's house in the neighborhood, and it's just like this lady swimming. And we're like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I think we watched it for like 2 minutes before we realized, well, this isn't fucking Top Cat or whatever, you know.
Svengoolie's still around, right?
Yeah.
He
became really big. And he still gets in the makeup, but I think he has younger people do a lot of it. But it used to be just like a guy.
He's like the last guy that kind of does it. I
love
like
local Chicago stuff. We had like Bozo the Clown, and we had Svengoolie. We had all these characters. We had characters on the radio. We had Johnny B, Jonathan Brandmeier. We had all these different local characters
that's Bob and Ron.
Were special to us.
Our buddies Bob and Ron, the Nacho Brothers.
That was Vegas?
No, that was Chicago.
Oh, Chicago?
I don't know what the hell. There was some other guy they were on his show all the time. But radio guys.
I remember my mom,
Did I say Svengoolie earlier? Because I meant Goulardi.
No, you said Goulardi.
Okay.
My mom, the next door neighbors, one time I fell down a well. I don't know if I've told this story.
No, I don't think you did, because it seems like something I would have remembered.
I fell down a well. Okay, it wasn't a well. It was a storm drain. Let's be real.
You tripped on a curb.
No, we were playing Ghosts in the Graveyard. Did you play games at night when you were a kid? We loved playing games at night. We played Free the Tree and we played Ghosts in the Graveyard. We were playing Ghosts in the Graveyard.
How do you play Ghosts in the Graveyard?
Free the Tree is kick the can. And Ghost in the Graveyard is one person hides, everybody as a group walks around the house. The ghost jumps out somewhere, chases everybody. Whoever they tags is the next ghost in the graveyard.
So it's tag, but the ghost is hiding, so you don't know where.
You don't know when they're going to jump out.
Everybody's in a room, count to 20 while the ghost go hides.
No, it's outside. It's out. We played outside.
Okay.
We'd all dress in black. The next door neighbors, their dad was a Green Beret, so they'd come over. They'd have war paint on.
Of course.
And we'd all be dressed in black.
The dad was just in there sobbing and crying about
he's in the garage with a gun in his mouth.
Yeah, right.
And
go play Ghosts in the Graveyard. I'll see you soon.
I'll play it too, but in my own way.
Semper Fi.
We'd all like hide in the bushes and just get eaten alive by mosquitoes, and my mom would put first aid cream on our backs when we came in.
While you were playing.
Nah,
Stop running so fast. I'm never going to get this stuff on you.
So anyway, I fell down a storm drain. Nobody had an arm long enough to get me. And my mom showed...
Wait a minute. You're moving way too fast over the most important part of this. How did you fall down a storm drain?
I'm like, I was the ghost in the graveyard. It was my job to hide. I jumped behind some bushes. What was behind the bushes? A storm drain.
Which is like... describe to me what a storm drain is.
It's like in the basement, if you had windows in the basement, it would show like a little like corrugated steel, curved corrugated steel, be like 4 feet of it. Like turtles and frogs would get trapped down there. We'd like lower ourselves down. We'd get the frogs and the turtles. It was probably like 4 or 5 feet down. And I was like 1 feet tall.
It was like not a part of the gutter.
No.
This was like in the middle of a yard or something.
This was connected to the house. So here's the wall of the house, and then here's this like circular half circle right to the house, and it's like a hole, and you fell down into it.
Where like the window could kind of look up if you had the basement window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
where's the drain part? There's a drain at the bottom. That's so it wouldn't pour into the windows of the basement. Is that what the purpose of it?
I don't know what the purpose of it was. It's called a storm drain. So I assume it's to prevent
at the bottom.
Prevent flooding. But I fall in, nobody could reach me. and everyone's kind of in that like, oh fuck, like phase of when you're kids and you're like, oh, we have to like get an adult and bring them into it. And we'd all get in trouble because I was the baby and why am I it? And and
why would you make him be it?
Why would you make him the ghost? So they all reach their hands on. My mom shows up. She's got this like winter coat where she looks like Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back. It's got the fur lining around it. She's obviously wearing her like pajamas underneath the winter coat.
Yeah. Emergency outfit.
And she can't reach me, so they get Robbie from next door, who's the bully. Robbie reaches down, just like picks me up like I'm nothing.
Now you're gonna owe me double lunch money.
And so my mom made him.
You're making me so mad I had to rescue you.
Well, he turned out to be not such a bad guy. It's kind of one of those things like Boo Radley situations where you thought he was a horrible person.
Still, you introduce him as the bully.
Well, that's what we were just afraid of him. He had freckles. We didn't know what he was capable of.
What are those things on your face? Freak! He's a bully! Look at those dots on his... Probably blood spots from all the kids he's been bullying.
Why doesn't anybody like me? My mom made him a cake that said, thank you for saving Chris, with a cowboy on it. My job was to take the cake over their house. I sit down in between the two houses, put the cake on the grass, eat all the letters off the cake.
What a piece of shit. Thanks for saving me. We don't need saving. Maybe just save.
Thanks for save Cray.
Maybe
thanks for save Crow.
We don't need a TH.
Thanks for Sacha.
I'll just leave is.
And then that cowboy started looking pretty good. He was like
He'll never know a cowboy was on there. He loves horses. He's just a horseman.
Why is there a cowboy shape on my cake? So I brought... Yeah, there's a big piece of cake in my mouth when I drop off the cake. But anyway, they moved. And
before you gave him the cake?
No.
Well, good thing you ate it then.
I show up, it's an empty house.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long was I eating that cake?
He was so traumatized for saving you. He had to move.
He decided he had to like move to Gotham City.
I saw the whites of his eyes.
And so anyway, a new family moved into that house. My mom's like, I had a dream that a boy your age moved into the house and you became great friends. And a family did move into the house, and a boy my age did move into the house, and he did play G.I. Joe. But, I could tell, like, kind of right away, like, oh, I'm not going to be friends.
This ain't going to work.
I'm not going to be friends with this guy.
This guy's more a Destro guy. I'm more like I don't know the names of any other G.I. Joes.
Good job, though.
Cobra Commander.
Good job. You got two.
Ice, is there some guy named, like, Ice Ball or something?
But I had a couple memories with this new family that lived there. And as I said on a previous podcast, new family moves in, and it's an opportunity for me to be to make new friends, to be appreciated, to not be scorned like I was by the rest of the neighborhood.
Eating their cakes?
Yes.
My mom made cakes for every kid in the neighborhood. They never got more than half a cake.
Many cakes did not arrive.
I just see it. Doopy-doo, delivering the cake for saving my life.
I'm on the bus on the way to school.
I guess like a little piece of this. No one will mind. Maybe they'd share it with me when I get there.
Icing.
But what if they don't share it with me when I get there? I better get this
off this
right
cake.
Now.
But anyway, one time I was hanging out with the boys alone. Jeff spelled his name Geoff. So right away it was just like, what the
problem?
Fuck? Who is this guy? He's European. And so anyway, I'm with Jeff and his little brother, and Jeff's like, my dad's got pornography magazines.
Oh yeah.
Or he's like
immediate best friends.
I don't even know if he said that, but he said, let me show you something. We went up into his parents' room. His dad had like a leather briefcase with a clasp. From the top, he took it down. He pulled them all out, put them on the bed. We started flipping through them, and right away I was like, well, this is a lot more than I've ever seen. Because I'd just seen like 80s TNA movies, which you see boobs sometimes.
Look at all this stuff you can do with these things. Wow.
But I remember him showing me, but really what bothered me about it was thinking like, well, his dad's got to be using these magazines. His dad is some sort of kind of serial killer pervert.
Yeah.
He looks at women. He knows what sex is. Like my dad and my mom were like asexual.
Yeah.
That's
because they did their job of keeping that aspect of their life separate from their children.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to see you don't want to see your parents making out hey, look at this sexy wife of mine.
I don't think they made out even in private. They were just
they probably did. Got siblings.
I can't imagine.
I'm just saying they did their job well.
I thought you meant when you said they did their job, they had the kids and that was it.
No.
More sex.
I meant they kept you from any of their carnal instincts.
I think they had sex 4 times.
See,
in their whole marriage.
They did their job.
No, I don't think there
you
was.
I don't think there was any more.
I don't think there was any more sex because they were Catholic and they were against birth control. They were strict.
They had good timing,
but also they didn't really. I don't think they really wanted to do anything. But they did their job. But this dad, this neighbor dad, this
guy's a horn dog.
This guy's
the Chicago super dog. Yeah,
he's a Chicago dog, and that was kind of a mind melt.
My
for me.
friend was house sitting. This was when we were probably around the same age. I don't know how old.
Junior high.
Yeah, and he said he was house sitting. So he goes, oh, come with, he had to do something, let the dog out or something once a day or something. And he took us, I went into this other guy's house that they were house sitting for. It was a family. And it was the same thing, in the parents' bedroom, under the television, on the little shelf the television was on, he walks straight in. I mean, he knows exactly, this is not his first time he's been over there. My friend who's house sitting, and he pulls these magazines out that were they were probably published by Al Goldstein, if you know what I'm saying. They were full penetration. They were like porno magazine. They were like a porno movie in a magazine. Full penetration.
The pictures are numbered.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, after a little bit, I was like, first off, he's house sitting and he's rooted through these people's houses because this is not something, this wasn't sitting out on the coffee table. This was deep in there. And then my next thought was, oh my God, he's going over there to jerk off. And this was the one time he didn't jerk off, which probably pained him.
Yeah,
because I was there with him. He's
showing him to you and then he's sweating. He's like, why don't you get out of here?
You know what? We've been here enough. I got some more stuff to do. I got to still take that other stuff over there.
Well, Dana, it's been great.
Let's do this again sometime.
Let me show you out.
Please go.
He starts masturbating while he's showing you out.
Are you masturbate? No. I'm just got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. Ugh.
I got caught masturbating.
By?
Well, you'll probably say it's not being caught.
Here we go. All right, another technicality.
So I was at a sleepover.
So you were masturbating. You started masturbating in a group of people and then call it as getting caught.
Yeah.
That's your grandma walked into the bathroom, Jimmy the lock, and you're in there. No, this was you just decided to masturbate in a room full of people.
Well, I was in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, but you were in a room full of people,
well,
right?
There was one other person.
Oh, that makes it more intimate.
And we were watching soft porn. His dad had the cable box and the HBO and the Cinemax and everything. Mm-hmm. And boy, have I spent much of my life searching for this film afterwards so I can tap into this traumatizing memory.
Edward Scissorhands.
No. It was something like The Triangle or something. And because it was like a love triangle or something. And
let me guess. Menage a trois at the end, right?
I don't remember.
Didn't get that far.
One image is stuck in my head of her cowgirling some guy.
What does that mean?
They're on top.
Who?
The girl.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cowgirl position. But anyway, I can't handle it. I can't handle why. I can't just.
How old were you?
I mean,
this was last year.
This is 8th grade.
Yeah,
last year. I'm in a sleeping bag at my buddy's house. I can't handle it because we're just watching this stuff. And I remember we went to the video store earlier and we were looking at videos. And Susanna Hoffs was on the cover of All Nighter. She's wearing a bikini.
Is that I don't know who that is.
The lead singer of the Bangles.
Oh.
She had a movie.
Was she the one with the black hair?
Brown. Brunette. Not Raven.
She wasn't Belinda Carlisle. She was in the Bangles too, right?
Belinda Carlisle Belinda Carlisle was in the Go-Go's.
Oh, the Go-Go's.
You got your Go-Go's and your Bangles mixed up.
Well, you know, they both make noise. Go-Go's, Bangles.
I don't know what a Go-Go is. But yeah. So anyway, I pulled down this video because, you know, at the old video stores, they had all the boxes with the covers showing. Looked at the video, and then his dad and him like looked at me looking at a girl, and they were like, what a weirdo. Like cut to
Meanwhile, they're making out.
Cut to an hour later where I'm watching porn with Brian and soft porn, mind you, and I couldn't handle it. And so I start not like furiously doing it, but you know,
just a little
subtly.
Like you're kind of driving through the neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Sunday driving
you're on a slow roll.
I'm Sunday driving it. And he's like, "Are you jerking off?" And I'm like, "No, I would never." I love that I said I would never.
Yeah, right. Never right now, but even though I am.
That's disgusting.
How dare you, sir?
And
could we just finish having dinner first?
And so I remember going to the bathroom and feel it, and at the same time I was like, what's wrong with my spine? There was like a little the bottom part of my spine, like the tip of my spine, I felt like it had broken off.
A little itch, something you needed to scratch.
I don't know what it was, but I felt like the bottom part of my spine, I was probably feeling extremely guilty, and I felt like maybe I was breaking my body in some way. It's very Catholic.
Jesus was.
Yeah. You know what? Here's here's a detail you don't want. But when I later became like a champion at this, when I would come, I would cry. And I always thought Jesus was inside of me and crying whenever I'd come because he was like, you have disappointed me.
I really don't want to unpack this, but I feel like I have to.
Please unpack it.
You would ejaculate.
You don't like saying come?
Not in reference to a specific person who I know.
Okay. You like to get scientific.
Like that's like a bum on the street. You can say like the guy. Well, I wouldn't even say come. I would say the guy jizzed all over the place.
Come is a special situation.
But then he would burst into tears.
Not burst into tears, just like 2 tears, like I'm
cry?
like wind,
or like your
wind
eyes
is hitting
are
my
watering.
face. I think my eyes watered enough to make 2 tears stream down my face.
So your eyes would water. It'd make your eyes water. This wasn't like know. You're like, oh, I'm a bad boy. Oh, Jesus. I did it again, Ma. I couldn't help it.
No, it wasn't like that.
Because when you say cry, I'm picturing.
When you imitate me ejaculating, you sound like the Mars Attack aliens. But yeah. So anyway,
I'm trying to make it family friendly.
Yeah, no families listen to this. So imagine if there were a family and like all the kids are like, oh my God.
It happens. Your mother will tell you about it later.
Oh, all right, you guys go to bed.
Eat your peas.
This is one of the blue ones. But anyway, Brian, who was my friend, and we had every class together, turned on me.
Repercussions.
Proceeded to tell everybody, including our group of friends. So by the time I got to freshman year of high school, everybody knew. I'd walk down the in the cafeteria, I'd walk down the aisle, and everybody would beat underneath the tables and hammer the tables. It'd be like a wave, like at a sports event.
A wave of jerk-offs.
A wave of jerking off sounds.
Did it make you cry instinctually?
No.
Just the sound of it?
No.
I promised I wouldn't do this.
And then I had like a date to the dance, and she found out.
I mean, here's the thing. Everybody who's doing that jerk-off sound.
Yeah. I remember there was one
for anyone to be embarrassed in middle school for jerking off. Every boy is jerking off, except for like someone who's deeply impacted.
The thing that I kept on getting all the time was people like, do you really jerk off? And I remember one time this friend of mine, Dennis, who had been my friend for years, he was in my driveway on his bike, and he's like, did you really do it? And I'm like, well, I mean, that was just that one time.
Yeah, right.
And he was like, that's disgusting. And then he like pedaled away, and I'm just like,
that's disgusting.
He's probably going home to go do it right now. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized that all these kids who were asking me about it and harassing me,
they wanted to know.
They didn't want to know. They just wanted to be like, they wanted to like. I guess they were probably feeling extremely guilty about it themselves, and they needed to take out their frustrations on somebody and ostracize somebody.
You cracked the seal for him.
Yeah, because I was like a pioneer. I was like a pioneer.
But it's not like shitting your pants, which like everyone, like as you walk through the cafeteria, that everyone would go make poop noises.
Yeah,
that would be like embarrassing.
I had that fate.
But like jerking, I guess maybe it's the jerking off in front of your friend. Maybe that was the layer.
It was the fact that I was doing it at all.
I mean, Dennis, this guy riding up to you on his bike. I thought you were going to say, he's like, did you really do it? You'd be like, yeah, we'll chop off that bike. I'll give you some tips. Show you how to live your life instead of tooling around the neighborhood like an asshole all day, like you're a paperless paper boy. Could go have some fun in your room a little bit.
And I never used my hand. I fucked a futon.
Wait a minute. I
didn't know. I didn't know you could use your hand.
You didn't know. How were you jerking off?
I was just fucking anything.
How were you jerking off
my teddy bear
in your sleeping bag with your friends laying next to you?
Well, that
watching
time
the triangle?
That time I used my hand.
Okay,
but it wasn't like it never occurred to me like, oh, it's way better if you do it this way. I had a futon that was just a seat. It wasn't a couch. It was just a seat.
Okay.
And I asked for it for my birthday. I got that and the Cobra Terradrome.
That keeps on
I got
giving.
the Terradrome, which was like this amazing Cobra base that my dad had more money as I was older and didn't need toys anymore. So my toys were like amazing and huge. But I also got this futon. And I was just kind of like, fuck the Terradrome.
I'm going to literally fuck the
I'm going to fuck the futon. Yeah. So I would hit it from behind. And I remember one time my brother came into my room. He's like, what are you doing? Because it was late at night. And
what does it look like, dummy? I'm fucking my futon. Now get out. Leave us alone.
Can't you see we're being romantic?
Can't you see I'm trying to fuck the furniture? Go get your milk and cookies. What are you, a Boy Scout?
And I remember I said, I'm looking for my inhaler. For some reason, it was my go-to excuse to be like, asthma.
Medical issue.
Yeah, but I must have been, the futon must have been slightly hitting the wall repeatedly, so much so that my brother was like, what the hell's going on in there? Of course, my brother was constantly in the basement watching MTV.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah,
he'd come upstairs. He'd throw a hand towel on the laundry basket.
Yo, Ma, watch this.
Says hi to the dog. Throws his cum rag in there.
Sticks to the wall.
He just
like wet spaghetti. Hey, yo,
I'm done with this.
We're low
now
on
it's your problem. My poor mom. I wonder what she was thinking.
God, it's just living in a forest of jizz. I miss
the skid marks.
Like, I mean, what I wouldn't give for an old-fashioned skid mark on these towels.
Once I figured out you could use your hand, and I would use a towel. The towel always went to the side of the bed, like in the space between the bed and the wall. That thing got so crusty and stiff.
Picture the day you went to college. Your pop was like, oh my God. There's got to be 1,000 towels back here. What the fuck is he doing?
And that's where all my hand towels have gone.
A whole clump of on.
She picks up one. There's 10,
they're all attached.
10 attached.
Just a big,
it's like
crusty
It's like
clump.
Pee-wee's tinfoil ball. Hey, it's MC. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Let's take a psychological break. We talked about this on our previous episode. We're just going to take a breath in and a breath out. Doesn't that feel good? I hope you did it. Let's do another one. I know you're hesitant. I know you're like, I don't want to do this. I breathe all the time. What's the point? Let's just take one more breath. Do it for me. Be a pal. Doesn't that feel good? I feel better. I feel great. Because I took 2 little breaths. And now I'm all calm. And that's what this podcast is supposed to do. It's supposed to calm you down. It's supposed to chill you out. It's supposed to lower your blood pressure. It's pretty crazy out there. That's why we listen to the podcast. And we keep coming back to it. And we listen to it multiple times. Here's how you can support the podcast. This thing takes money to create. I actually don't have a mansion. I don't even have a house. So we actually have to rent a studio to record this podcast, and that costs money. So please make a donation to our GoFundMe. Go to mcchris.com, click on the podcast banner, and that'll take you to our link tree, which will take you to all the different ways you can listen to the podcast, and also take you immediately to our GoFundMe, where you can make a tiny little donation. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to fuck up your life. It's just a tiny, give me $10. Give me $5. Okay, fine. I'll take 50 cents. Please don't send me 50 cents. I get these little notifications on my email that says a donation has just been made, and we've actually reached our goal of $2,000. So please support us if you can. And another way to support us, if you don't have money, you can leave a comment. You can leave a review. You can leave reviews on Spotify. You can leave reviews at Apple Podcasts. And on YouTube, you can leave a comment. And on YouTube, you should click the bell. You should subscribe. You should follow. You should make sure you're getting notifications so you know when Dana and I have come in and sat down and recorded some awesome content for you to enjoy and have your psychological breakdown to. I mean psychological break. I just did it again. I just did another breathing exercise. Actually, I had run out of air. But you need that to talk. So anyway, please make a donation. Please leave a comment. Please keep on listening. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the reviews. I love the reviews. I read all of them. Sometimes we read them on air. We'll read your crazy internet name. Sometimes I take pictures of them. I send them to Dana. I take pictures of all kinds of stuff and I send it to Dana. And he's always like, why are you sending me a picture of your hamburger? And I'm like, look at it. Look at it, Dana. It's beautiful. And he'll be like, leave me alone. So don't forget to make a donation, leave a review, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and on YouTube. Don't forget to click the bell. Don't forget to turn your notifications on so you know when a new podcast happens. We love you. We appreciate you. I hope this helps. Let's get back to the podcast. But I feel bad for me, like, masturbating with these crusty cum towels. Like, that must have been abrasive.
Well, you made it work.
I did what I could. And of course, I've got, like, my 3 pictures ripped out of like a Playboy from B. Dalton Books. I remember sometimes the Victoria's Secret would arrive, and it would or the swimsuit edition would arrive, or I had a subscription to Rolling Stone, and like an issue of Rolling Stone with like some hot girl would be in it, and be like, oh my God, sex has come to me. But then she got me a TV so I could watch DuckTales.
More like fucktails. Right?
Yeah. I actually knew you were going to say that as soon as I said the words.
Yeah.
But I would race home from school to watch the top 10 countdown on MTV. And you know, MTV was so funny. Those videos would show like a girl in a bikini for literally 2 seconds, 1 second, half of a second. And you would just furiously masturbate in that 1 second.
All you needed.
And then you'd finish the job.
That go-go girl, right?
We used to, well, no, not Belinda Carlisle. But that makes...
Or no, what was the other ones? The Bangles.
The Bangles. No, it wasn't that. Because I grew up in the late 80s, or in my middle school years were like the late 80s, so it was all heavy metal bands, or hair metal bands, and they would always be cutting to, like an Aerosmith.
Yeah, of
an
course.
Aerosmith video, you really wanted to have the Aerosmith video come on, because they had so many hot chicks in the videos.
They'd be like, these are all the women we fucked.
Yeah. These are all the women that'll have cases against us in the future.
Yes. Not now, because they're too cocaine fueled.
Yeah.
But once they start having real kids and families.
Once they figure out they've been wronged.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would run home to watch the top 10 video countdown. And then I remember MTV had this show called The Grind. I loved that it was called The Grind, because it was a dance show, like
grinding on the dance floor.
American Bandstand. But it was just like hot chicks in spandex mini dresses.
It would have given Dick Clark a heart attack. Whatever, Ollie. You're rubbing against each other.
There's 2 people blowing each other back there.
God. How about a little bit for little Dickie? No, Mr. Clark. Maybe just a little.
Did you watch American Bandstand or Soul Train?
Yes. Not a lot. But I was fascinated because my Aunt Shirley used to be one of the dancers on American Bandstand.
Whoa.
She would drive
down. Philadelphia, wasn't it?
She would drive down to Philadelphia, and she was one of the, in the old ass She's still alive, but I mean, I think maybe it must have been like in the 50s. So she was my grandmother's youngest of, I don't know, whatever they had, 8 or 9 siblings, all the McIntyres. She was the youngest, but she would drive down to Philadelphia, whatever that was, every Friday or whatever they did it, or every day, I don't know. But she was on American Bandstand.
I love how these kids would be so desperate to get their shot. Get the camera on them for a second. The camera would go on them, and then they're like, okay, I got to bust out my moves. And then the camera would leave, and then I'd be like,
I got to just stand here again.
Yeah.
Just like people standing, but then
now I'm
as
nobody.
The camera's panning, it's like the wave of the jerk-off noise when you walk through. Like, only the people on camera dancing. Everyone else is like, thank God. Oh, God, here he comes again. All right, Watusi. Hey! And the camera's off me, thank God. Oh, God, I'm so sweaty.
But you never masturbated as a child, right?
Never.
Well, that was good.
That's disgusting. I used to, anytime I wanted to, I had a sponsor named Dennis. I'd call him. He'd come back, rush back home from his bike, from policing the neighborhood of local area masturbators.
Did you masturbate? No? Okay, good. Gotta keep going.
Keep going.
I got a lot of houses on my route.
My dad had 2 Playboy magazines. However, it was not for... He had 2 Playboy magazines that he found at a building site when they were demoing an old house, and they were like the first 3 issues of Playboy. So they were very, as mild as it gets. But I remember you were like, yeah, these are like the first couple Playboy magazines.
He showed them to you?
Yeah, because they were like, this was like...
How old were you?
I don't know. Middle school.
A misstep on his part.
It's not like he had him out on the coffee table, but he had him like,
But he had a moment where he's like, come here.
No, it wasn't even like that. He had like this, he still has, he had like a little area, like almost like his dressing area and his little thing, but he had like some of his, because my brother and I'd always go through, because he had like, all his shit from when he was in Vietnam, like his little weird little things there and other little like tchotchkes and
the nipples that he cut off.
Yes, his ear trophies, scalps. But he also had those, and we're like, what are these, Dad? He's like, oh, I found them in an old building. They're like the first 2 Playboy magazines. I'm like, okay. He wasn't like, hey, come here, let me show you something.
That's a bush.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my neighbor said. He said, I think that's the bush.
I do remember my grandfather, however, driving us down the hill from his house, or just driving me. And I don't know how old I was, but I definitely was not in high school. And he's like, we're just driving quietly in his humongous old 2-door Cadillac. And he's like, so, you been laid yet? I said,
you're 12.
What? Pap? No. He goes, yeah, you say that now, but let me tell you something. Once you get your first taste, you'll be craving it like a fiend. I said, okay.
He's trying to save you.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to warn you.
I think maybe he just wanted to talk about it or something. I don't know.
He's like, addicted to pussy. He's like, your grandma's is dead.
It's
gone.
The hothouse is over. Yeah, he was an old sailor. So I do remember, like, I brought 3 of my friends from college over Thanksgiving to my grandparents' house one time. And I was like, Pap, whatever you do, just these are mild Midwestern people. Don't be. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ, what do you think I'm going to do? Embarrass myself or something? Embarrass you? He's stuffing the turkey in the sink. And
is that his way of putting it?
No. He was preparing Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
And my friends Brian and Tracy come in. Our other friend was there also, but they were not in the room. And he's like, these must be your friends from college. Yeah. I said, this is Brian and Tracy.
You ever have a 3-way?
No.
The 3 of you?
No, he turns around and he has the turkey neck hanging out of his fly. And then he goes, oh, how do you know my grandson? And she's like, oh, he went to college. Oh, then it's real nice to meet you. And then he turns the neck so it makes it look like a veiny, erect penis.
Grandpa.
At which point, my nanny comes in. She's like, Richard, goddammit, you fuckface. These are nice people. He's like, I'm just having a laugh. Meanwhile, my dad,
my old turkey neck gag.
My dad and my brother are like rolling on the floor. My friend Brian, I think, he still probably has PTSD about it.
Well, he was just acknowledging it's part of life. It's part of the anatomy.
I mean, he was great. He was. I also remember at some point we were like doing poems or something, like limericks, not even dirty ones. But then he's like, I got one for you. And I don't remember how it starts.
There once was a woman from Angina.
Well, we still, my brother and I still quote it, but we only remember the last part of it, which just was, it got more and more intense until it ended with, I stuck it in once, I stuck it in twice, I stuck it in thrice too often, I broke the mainspring in her ass and now she's in her coffin.
Jesus and we're all like, fucked a woman to death.
And he's like, all right, well, I got to go make supper. You guys have fun. Like, what?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dirty grandpa.
Dirty grandpa. I mean, that's for sure.
I mean, he was a sailor. I mean, that's just...
Yeah.
That's part of the course.
Yeah, we found, when he died, we found his journal.
We found his sex dungeon.
Oh.
There's a woman in a cage.
All it's like in World War II going through, like the ships in front of it. He was in the Merchant Marines. So, like, they're in some weird, in the European, like, 8 ships that went, and his was the only one that didn't get blown to bits. Mm. And he was not like a writer or a reader, this insanely detailed journal, which he must have written seconds after it happened to, I don't know, stave off his...
sexual thirsts.
Yes. Yeah.
He had a journal, you said, but he wasn't a writer or a reader?
No, like I think it was he wrote about all this crazy shit that happened in time when he was in World War II.
Have you read this journal?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like we found it when he died. We went through all his shit. And I was like, oh, and then we made a copy for everybody. And we're like, oh.
I found my parents' love letters. Ugh. They left me the house. Everybody was gone. I was the only one in the house. And I spent the time alone in this house. I just went through every single drawer in the house.
Oh, when they moved to Philadelphia and you were...
Yeah, and I was party master general. And but I found their love letters, and I discovered all kinds of things.
I mean, I know we don't do letters anymore, but do people even do that anymore? I feel like it's not...
Poor mailman. He's just dealing with he's just bringing junk mail to
your house
every day.
He's happy to do it.
Yeah, he's got
like a reverse garbage man. He's like, I'm bringing garbage to your house.
I wonder if that's coming to an end.
Mail?
Yeah. It must be.
I don't understand who's using all this junk mail.
Who uses it?
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, thank God.
Real estate
Valpak.
Oh, plumbing.
I love it when Valpak arrives.
Oh, Vallarta Supermarket has pineapples on sale. I never would have known this, even though I go every week.
Do you use coupons?
No.
I remember we used to clip out coupons, but also my mom, when she went grocery shopping, she'd get these green stamps. And she'd put them in a book, and then she'd give the book every time we bought groceries.
And you get shit.
And you get like a discount.
My grandparents got a whole set of
We had a drawer that was just stamps.
Yeah.
And I remember the smell of them.
Mm-hmm.
We were the ones who were licking them and filling the books.
Yeah. I loved everything about it. Getting them, putting them in those little books. We didn't have them where we lived, but where my grandparents lived, in Pennsylvania, all the supermarkets had like the ShopRite and the Lane Co. would all do those S&H green stamps. I don't know why I guess now it's all switched to like frequent shopper cards.
It was just my birthday, and I got a birthday card from my mom. And my mom is the only one who sends me handwritten mail anymore. Yeah. And of course, it's because she's from a different time. time period.
That's a generational.
Yeah. Nobody else sends a letter.
Everybody else does a text.
I send a Christmas letter to everybody that I know.
Physically?
Physically.
That's nice.
Yeah. I figure it's like,
I get Christmas cards from some people.
It's a way to let people know I'm not dead and that I still exist.
Yeah. I like getting the cards. It's like
I don't talk to any of these people during the year.
Waco O'Gwyn always said, I always look forward to, he made that show Brickleberry. He always has the best Christmas cards. They're always, because it's always like a gag. It's always like a photo thing. I look, a lot of them are just regular. Here's a picture of my children now. That thing. But like his is always like, he always has some kind of very funny gag with it. And like he did one year that was, I guess, shortly after they moved to LA, that was like, they all did real practical makeup, but made them all look like they had extreme plastic surgery, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
But also great. Now that I think about it, I think he also had a birthday, a milestone birthday while we were away.
Yeah. I just turned 50 years old.
Yeah. I remember 50.
What are you now, 51, 52?
This year I'll be 52.
52.
But I'm 51 right now. Mm-hmm. November I'll be 52.
I found that the day wasn't bad. Although I felt like it lacked a certain oomph that I might have gotten had I had a big family or something. Mm. But it was the day after the birthday where ennui set in. Malaise came rushing through the door.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh God, well, now I'm just this, aren't I?
Yeah. One more year towards invisibility.
Yeah. And I guess I don't think of, in the beginning of this podcast, I talked about death all the time and death is coming and everything. I don't really think like that. Now I just think like, now my label has changed. I don't feel any different.
Yeah.
I don't look any different. And I made a post online. Everyone said I look good. But now I have this new label that's weird.
Everyone who commented said you looked good.
Not everybody said I look good, but enough people said you look half your age or you look 35. A lot of people capped it at 35 and said you look 35.
Yeah, they're suck-ups.
They didn't have to say that.
No,
they don't get anything out of it.
Suck-ups.
What are they sucking up for?
Yeah, so you read his comment.
So I'm talking about it on my podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe
exactly.
if I write this. So you don't think I look younger than I am?
48.
You don't think I look younger than I am?
No. I mean, what are you supposed to look like?
How dare you?
That's because I knew what you looked like when you were 35.
Well, I was just a puffed out yeast ball.
Yeah.
Drinking beer constantly.
Don't confuse you don't look good for you don't look your age.
You don't look as shitty as you used to look, is what everyone should say on your birthday.
Well, no, but I mean, saying you look your age is not saying you don't look good. It's just saying, yeah, you look like a 50-year-old person.
But I mean, growing up, I thought like a 50-year-old person was like, an old-looking person.
Yeah, but now you have the benefit of perspective.
And it is a benefit.
Yeah.
We went to the movies and on my birthday, and the guy behind me smelled like wet dog. So
maybe it was a wet dog. How do you know it was a guy?
Well, I turned around. I looked at him. It was a guy.
Jesus. Take a bath once in a while, buddy. It was trying to watch a movie.
It's a dog man. And then we went out.
Oof.
And then
what movie did you see?
Sleepy Hollow by Tim Burton. Sleepy Hollow is my favorite Disney thing. So I love all things that have to do with Sleepy Hollow.
Where was it at the movies?
At the Egyptian. Which is a great movie theater. It's owned by Netflix now.
Oh, so they can premiere there.
Across from Grauman's.
Isn't it down the street?
Yeah, it's a kitty corner. You want to get specific? It's across from Musso
and
Frank.
El Capitan's like across from...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, sorry. Sorry I said across the street.
Well, I mean, it is across the street, but I was thinking because I was thinking of that place, which is El Capitan.
El Capitan.
Right. I now have a regular drive through Hollywood, which is...
You're going down the strip?
Sometimes, yes. At 8 in the morning, it's sometimes the best way to go.
I love that they have a crosswalk that just goes diagonal.
Yeah, they have to. The way they said, like, what are these demented, drugged out idiots? How are they crossing the street? We need to just follow the path
they take. Squiggly line down the middle.
Loop-de-loops.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But my point is that I went to the movies and there was a guy who smelled bad, and then we went out to eat, and then there was a woman who wouldn't shut up. She was talking like she was at a bar with a raised volume, and she was talking like she was like online, like she was typing, but she was speaking these words out loud. And
was there someone there with her?
Yes. And it was two girls who were just like being super loud, and everybody around them was just like, oh, we're all kind of quietly, sadly eating our food while one person controls the room. And I'm just like, lady, read the room. But basically, my point is that I went out on my birthday and I had two experiences where I was like, I should have stayed home. I should not have gone out into the world.
Wet dog. By the way, maybe that guy was like,
chatty lady.
Jesus. This guy smelled like wet cat sitting in front of me.
This guy smells like a dry showered human.
Maybe it was the seats. Maybe it wasn't the guy.
You know, that's what the Native Americans thought when the Europeans landed in the continent. They're like, these people smell like
wet dog.
You guys smell like a wet dog. Smell like ass.
Wet wolf.
They smell like they're carrying disease, and they were, in fact, doing
like
just
syphilis
that.
And smallpox.
Well, we got to wrap up this episode. Speaking of smallpox, I don't know.
This is our return episode.
Yeah. People were freaking out about us not putting out a podcast
because you talk about death so much, and then
we put out a podcast pretty regularly for a couple of months, and then we took a month off without any warning.
Yeah.
And I got comments every time I made a post. People in the comments, it wasn't germane to the conversation. Where's the fucking podcast?
I didn't have any angry interactions like that, but I did have quite a few people over all the summer stuff I did that were asking about it.
Yeah. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
People are listening. Another good thing that happened is that they paid...
People are angry.
They paid
People are listening.
People are angrily listening. They paid the GoFundMe. We reached our GoFundMe goal.
Oh, I didn't know we had one of those.
It was just a $2,000 to pay for studio time.
Oh.
And we finally met that goal during the summer, and we'll increase that goal.
Now we know what that means. Now it's $10,000.
Yeah.
It's a constantly moving goalpost.
Slightly increase that goal. But thank you to everybody who were patiently waiting for a month for this.
We're gonna do something
podcast to come back
live.
We are this weekend. We're going to be, and I won't be able to get this podcast out in time for the show. Well, maybe I might be able to pull it off, but I doubt it. But we're gonna record a podcast live for the first time ever in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's
Is it
right.
Des Moines or Des Moines?
Des Moines. Like Illinois.
Yeah, which I should know because I'm from there.
And you're not an idiot.
Well, that's debatable. But we're going to be playing in Des Moines. We're going to be doing a live recording, so we hope some people show up.
Get a load of this.
I keep on asking GalaxyCon, when is it? They won't
I
let
know
me know
when it is.
You want to let me know when it is?
Yeah, it's on Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Friday, I believe, at 5:30.
Oh, wow. You got the inside word.
Mm-hmm. That's Des Moines time, of course. Friday, 5:30 to 6:30 on the Hero stage. Now, oddly enough, from 4 to 4:45, they have scheduled me to be on some other Jokers podcast that I never even heard of.
You got to make guys? You got to make the mad dash.
The Friday day, the day we don't start till 2, I have a 4 to 4:45 and then a 5:30 to 6:30. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys.
They don't want you making any money that day.
Yeah, no, they don't want.
They don't want.
Maddening. Anyway, 5:30 to 6:30.
5:30 to 6:30. I will let everybody know online.
At the GalaxyCon Des Moines.
There's a guy who keeps on messaging me. He's like, when is it? When is it? I got to know so I can make my travel plans. And I'm like, well...
We'll have more coming up in the future.
Yes.
We'll probably, once we go to GalaxyCon Des Moines, we'll be able to discuss with the powers that be where else we can do this, and we'll have more lead time for people.
Yeah. And we have, I think after this con, I do 3 more.
Yep.
So we'll probably have 3 more recordings this
September
year.
12th at the Iowa Event Center. We'll be there at 5:30.
Go through all of them.
That's all I got.
Oh, I'm going to do Animate Philly is the next one I'm doing.
I'll be there at
and
that
then
one.
then I do St. Louis.
Yep. My
And then-
old stomping grounds.
And then the last one. How is St. Louis your old stomping grounds?
Went to college there.
What? I thought you went to college in Vegas.
No. I don't know where you make these assumptions.
You didn't go to college in Vegas?
No.
You went to college in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Where in St. Louis?
I went to the Conservatory of Theater Arts at Webster University.
Huh. Why was I thinking you... Or maybe you went to high school
I
in
grew
Vegas.
up in Las Vegas.
You went to high school in Vegas.
Yeah. I went to kindergarten through high school.
I kept
Las
on imagining
Vegas.
you're going to some sort of Vegas showman school.
No.
Where Buddy Hackett's your professor.
I wish. I would never have left. Yeah. No, St. Louis.
Okay. Well, this was a great reunion of sorts. I'm impressed that neither of us talked about the amusement parks we went to this summer. That'll be on a later episode.
Get these angry listeners mad because I talk about Epcot Center for 2 minutes.
But no, we talked about
Harshing their mellow.
Pornography and masturbation.
Yeah, they just want to hear all they want to hear about is
dirty
14-year-olds masturbating. Is all they want to listen
Weirdos.
to. Yeah.
But thank you everybody for listening. Please leave a review. Please follow and subscribe. Do all the things that you normally do. And thank you again for listening. I'm probably going to add.
Do all the things you don't normally do.
Yeah. Follow us and subscribe. Leave a review on Spotify or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We love the reviews. You can put them in the comments on YouTube, or you can just leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And don't forget to support the show on our GoFundMe. And we are going to make a Patreon. Everyone's saying make a Patreon. We are going to do that. Yeah. I will get that running.
You know what?
Soon.
No, you know what?
Don't do it.
You tell them to put their money where their mouth is. You want a Patreon? You got to get that GoFundMe going a little hotter.
You want the opportunity to give us money?
Yeah.
First thing you got to do, give us some money.
That's right. That's how all this works.
We really went into the podcast business to make money.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, thank you again for listening. Thank you, Dana, for being here. So long.
Thank you. Still got it. Back on the block.
Oh, my ass.